Hey guys, thanks for coming and joining me again today. Today we're going to be looking at how to subtract fractions with unlike denominators. So very similar to what we looked at the other day, except today we're going to be subtracting. So let's go ahead and get started. 3/4 minus 3/6. So when we start this problem, the first thing we notice is the denominators, the bottom numbers are not the same. With fractions, we cannot add, we cannot subtract until we get the denominators, the bottom numbers, to be the same. So to be able to fix that, to get common denominators, we are going to look for the LCM of those two numbers, of 4 and 6. So we're going to skip count by those two numbers, find the multiples. I start with the small one first, 4, and I go to times 5. 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, and 4 times 5 is 20. Now I try my sixes, and I do one at a time, looking for a match. 6 times 1 is 6, no match. 6 times 2 is 12, and there we go. We got our LCM. LCM equals 12. What do we do with that LCM? He becomes our new denominator. That's our bottom number. So now we know that we're going to have something twelfths minus something twelfths. What we have to do now is figure out how is that number changing? How are we getting these equivalent new fractions? How did 4 get to 3? Well, it did it by multiplying because we skip counted up here. How did our 4 actually get all the way over here to 12? Not 1, not times 2, but times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Do the same thing to the top. Multiply the bottom by 3, multiply the top by 3, and now we have 9. I know it looks different, but it is equivalent. Come over here, 3/6. It was a 6. Our 6 had to change to 12. How did our 6 get to 12? Not times 1 on our list, but times 2. So if we multiply the bottom by 2, that gives us our 12. We do the same thing in the top. Multiply the top by 2, and 3 times 2 is 6. Again, I know it's different digits, but I know it's equivalent because 3 is half of 6, and 6 is half of 12. So both of those are still saying half. I know they look different, but they are equivalent. So now that we finally have the same denominator, we can go ahead and keep that the same and just subtract the top. 9 minus 6 is 3. That is a good answer. There might be a better answer. There might be a simplified version. To be able to simplify it, we do our T-chart. We're looking for the factors, the GCF of 3 and 12. 3 on one side, 12 on the other, and we start doing our factors. How can we multiply and get 3? 1 times 3 gives us 3. 2 times nothing. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 doesn't work. What comes after 2? A 3. You already got a 3. The only way to get 3 is 1 times 3. What about 12? How do we get 12? 12 is 1 times 12. 2 works because it's even. 2 times 6 is 12. What comes after 2? Try 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. There we go. 3 times 4 is 12. What comes after our 3 is a 4. You already have a 4 in your list, so you're done. Now we got to find the greatest factor that they both have. We're looking for the GCF, the greatest common factor. We did the factors. Now we got to find what's in common. They always have a 1. 3 has a 3, and 12 has a 3. On this side, there's only a 1 and 3, which means there's no 2, there's no 12, there's no 6, there's no 4. The GCF equals 3. What do we do with our GCF now that we found it? Once you find the GCF, you divide the top and the bottom by the GCF. To get your division answers, it's right back here in your T-chart, in your factors list. So if we look at our chart, 3 divided by 3, touch it up top, now touch it in your chart. 3 divided by 3, what's next to it? A 1. 12 divided by 3. 12 divided by 3, come to your chart and say the same thing. Touch the 12. 12 divided by 3, what's next to the 3? Is a 4. And there you have your simplified best answer for 3/4 minus 3/6 equals 1/4. And you can come back up here and write it next to that one too. But just making sure you kind of circle it, put that star on top. That is our best answer. All right, let's look at another one. This time we're going to work on 4/5 minus 2/3. As you can see right away, different denominators, we can't subtract them yet. We have to find the LCM in order to subtract 5 and 3. Again, I like to do my small number first and go to times 5. 3, 6, another 3 is 9, another 3 makes 12, and another 3 makes 15. So there's my times 5, times 1, times 2, times 3, times 4, times 5. Now go back to our 5s. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10, still no match. 5 times 3 is 15, and there we go. Now we have a match, because there is no 5, there's no 10, but there is a 15. So our LCM equals 15. What do we do with that? That becomes our new denominator. So we know we're going to have 15 on the bottom, minus something 15ths. Now we got to find out how did it change, because both of them changed. This was a 5, now it's 15. This was a 3, now it's a 15. How does that change? It changed because we multiplied, we skip counted. Not 5 times not 1, not 5 times 2, but 5 times 3 is 15. Whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. So 4 times 3 is 12. Now we come to our second fraction. How did 3 get to 15? How did 3 on our list get all the way there? 1, 2, 3, 4 times 5. 3 times 5 is 15, so we multiply the top by 5. 2 times 5 is 10. Now that we finally have denominators that are the same, we can go ahead and subtract. Our bottom number stays the same. 12 minus 10 is 2, and that is a good answer. But we have to try to simplify to see if there's a better answer. To simplify, we're looking for our factors, our T-chart. So 2 on one side, 15 on the other. 2 is 1 times 2. And that's it. Only way to get 2 is 1 times 2. 15 is 1 times 15. 15 is an odd number, so 2 doesn't work. But what about 3? 3 works. 3 times 5. What comes after 3 is a 4. 4 doesn't make a 15. What comes after 4 is a 5. You have a 5 on your list, so you are done. So now we got to find our greatest common factor. Find the GCF. No matter what, they always have a 1. 2 has a 2. 15 does not. 2 does not have a 3 on it. It doesn't have a 5. It doesn't have 15. So it's just 1 and 2. So that means the greatest number they both had is a 1. And if our GCF is 1, you're done. This actually is our best answer. It cannot be simplified. So that is our best. Put a star on it, circle it. 2/15. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your time. Hopefully this is helpful, and I'll see you again another day. Bye.